Welcome to Top Adoption Questions. I'm Nicole Witt, Executive Director of the Adoption Consultancy. The Adoption Consultancy provides education, information, and guidance throughout the adoption process, enabling our clients to safely adopt newborns, usually within 3 to 12 months. In fact, our average time frame is about 6 months. Okay, let's jump right into the questions. Is it really possible for me to adopt a healthy newborn of my desired race? Yes. Okay. You may be feeling like clients of mine, Sarah and Ron from California, after adopting the baby of their dreams, which in their case was a healthy Caucasian daughter, in less than 2.5 months. Sarah confided to me. She said, going into this, I thought I'd have to compromise on something, but I didn't. You can see for yourself their beautiful family on my website if you go to theadoptionconsultancy.com, and on the home page in the sidebar it says our resumes, the families we've helped. There's some quotes from some of our former clients, and there's a link right underneath that says read adoption stories from our families. If you click on that, that'll bring you to the page where you can see the picture of their family and hear a little bit more about their story. But anyway, when Sarah said that to me, it was really meaningful because I realized that most of my clients feel that way, especially those that are coming from years of infertility treatments. You've been conditioned to expect failure when it comes to family building. I'm here to tell you that adoption works. Okay? Caucasian newborns as well as newborns of other races are available for adoption. You just need to be the adoptive parents that get selected. Now, in terms of the health of the baby, the stories of birth mothers drinking heavily and doing drugs are usually exaggerations. Statistically speaking, babies placed for adoption in the U.S. are equally healthy to all babies born in the U.S. These are not the sickly drug babies. Heavy drinkers and heavy drug users tend to miscarry or to otherwise terminate their pregnancies. They're really unlikely to pursue the emotionally draining path of placing a child for adoption. Of course, you should have a risk analysis done on every situation that is presented to you to reduce the chances of getting into a substance abuse type of situation, and that's something that we can do for you. Now, although some agencies in some parts of the country will quote you long wait times, often 2 to 3 years, if not more, there are ways to be more proactive to make sure that even if other people are waiting that long, that you won't have to wait that long. But to be one of those people who adopts a healthy newborn of your desired race in a short period of time, you will need to have some key elements in place. Okay? One of those is an outstanding personal profile. The personal profile is similar to a scrapbook, and it's what the birth mothers look at to choose the parents of their child. Let's talk about 3 common mistakes that people make when creating their profiles. First, it's important to not just count on your agency's guidelines. This is a common mistake people make because they provide those same guidelines to everyone. Their guidelines may lead to a good profile, but not one that is going to stand out compared to their other clients. To them, it doesn't make much difference if you were picked or if one of their other clients is picked. As long as the birth mother selects someone she's happy with, that's a success to them, even if it's not a success to you. A second common mistake people make when it comes to the personal profile is thinking of it like your personal photo album, telling the story that you want to tell, rather than telling a birth mother about the things that are important to her. A third common mistake is not focusing on the things that set you apart. So many people say things like, we love spending time with our family and friends. Right? That doesn't tell the birth mother anything about you that's different from the other 10 prospective parents that wrote the same thing. Okay? Think about what only you can write. So many of my clients say, but we don't have anything that sets us apart. Trust me, you do. Maybe you have a large, close-knit family. Maybe you live on a farm. Maybe your family is very open-minded and accepting of others. You need to figure out what it is and highlight it. So those are just 3 of the over 24 tips that I teach regarding the profile. In fact, I've created a special methodology that leads to highly effective profiles, and I've done this from years of trial and error after seeing so many people create profiles based from information in books on how to do it, and seeing that that approach just didn't work. The reason why is that a profile is so highly individualized, a book can't possibly tell you how to best tell your story. Okay? Probably the best way for me to bring this to life to you is to tell you about clients of mine, Mike and Jen. Mike and Jen are from New Jersey. Jen was 35 years old, and she and Mike had been married for over 6 years when they first contacted me. They both had successful careers, but she dreamed of being a stay-at-home mom her entire life. When they first tried to make that dream come true, they ran into difficulty becoming pregnant. After several infertility treatments, they finally became pregnant with twins through IVF. They thought that all of their dreams were about to come true. It breaks my heart to tell you that they had 2 boys, Nicholas and Martin, who were born prematurely and died just a few hours later. After that experience, Mike and Jen were done with infertility treatments. After 6 long months, Jen read an article about how I help people, and something clicked. She picked up the phone and called. When I answered, she said to me, "You know, Nicole, when I was pregnant with my twin boys and getting ready to live my dream of being a stay-at-home mom, I never thought I'd even consider adoption. But when my 2 babies died, I felt like my dream was shattered. It changed everything. I've been searching for a solution, and I read this article and feel like I should contact you." We started working together immediately, and again they did something that I taught them in my program, which is will be of great benefit to everyone in the process. They created a first-rate profile, again, which is something that I help my clients do. This really helped the birth mother to picture what the baby's life would be like living in their home, in their neighborhood, and in their family. They had everything in place by August of 2007. Less than 6 weeks later, they got a call about Elizabeth, a potential birth mother. Elizabeth had chosen them from their profile. At first, she was hesitant to have any direct contact with them, but when Elizabeth went into labor 3 weeks later, she decided that she did want to meet, and she asked them to join her at the hospital. You can imagine their excitement when they pulled up to the hospital and walked through the doors of the maternity ward. But nothing could compare with the overwhelming sensation that Jen had when Elizabeth said to her, "Would you like to be in the delivery room with me?" A mere 3 months after completing their profile, Jen got to watch her son being born. She got to cut the umbilical cord, and she got to be the first one to hold little Justin. She's since told me that although having her son will of course never erase the pain of losing her twins, the experience of being a part of his birth made her appreciate him even more. She's finally a stay-at-home mom and values every moment of her new life. Again, if you want to see their picture, go to the website, theadoptionconsultancy.com, and click on Read Adoption Stories from Our Families, and you can find them on that page. If Mike and Jen can do it, and so many other people can do it, there's no reason why you can't. So I hope you're now feeling more positive and more hopeful about the opportunity to adopt the right baby for you. Please contact us if we can help you at theadoptionconsultancy.com or at 813-681-6232. And please keep your eyes open for Top Adoption Questions Part 2 coming soon.